Cambridge mathematician Charles Babbage conceptualized a mechanical device for computing algorithms in 1812. He was inspired by a French technique which used a production line of mathematicians to break down complex problems into simple arithmetic. The idea that a machine could replace human computers was revolutionary, but no one was willing to properly fund Babbage's work. Mathematician and writer Ada Lovelace developed Babbage's ideas, and she effectively became the world's first computer programmer, far ahead of her time. The advent of electricity in the late 18th century and the development of electronics in the early 19th century, combined with the global upheaval of the First World War, created the context for rapid technological change. During the interwar period, British codebreaker and mathematician Alan Turing had grasped the possibility that one universal computer would be able to meet all computing tasks. The Second World War saw the construction of the top-secret Colossus Machine developed by the Allies to break coded German messages. The post-war boom led to the development of the ideas of Turing and others, as government and industry collaborated, spurred on by the Cold War arms race, to develop computer technology. The first commercial computers were released in the US in the 1950s and 60s. And the development of the microchip, for use by the US Air Force in their missile systems, underpinned a new era of computing. Gordon Moore's law of exponential growth predicted that computer chips would double in capacity every 2 years. This fact, and the capitalist drive to continually produce new products, created massive wealth for a handful of corporations.
It's pretty hard to turn a business trip into a pleasure trip, but you can make it more productive with a portable computer.
After the advent of personal computers, or PCs, in the 1970s, major social as well as technological changes took place. For some, the development of computer software, now able to be infinitely copied and modified by amateurs as well as professionals, created an economic problem. In 1976, Microsoft's Bill Gates accused such amateurs of theft, complaining that they were depriving computer programmers of a living. This clashed with the ideas of people like journalist Stephen Levy, who argued that computers can change your life for the better. All information should be free. But it was the products of emerging corporate giants like Microsoft, Apple and IBM which would dominate the market. The 1980s witnessed a computer revolution in the stock market, offices and factories, and in the homes of the middle classes. The 80s and 90s saw fierce competition between big companies, particularly between Microsoft and Apple, with smaller companies being pushed out of the market. America's burgeoning Silicon Valley was characterized by little trade union organization, and flexible workplaces meant that workers could easily be hired and fired. In the 2000s, smartphones and other miniature devices became the cutting edge of computer design. Corporations amassed huge wealth as computers became increasingly central to the lives of millions of people around the world. And the emergence of the internet brought profound changes in global communication. In the constant competition for profits, computer manufacturing moved to China, the new workshop of the world. As one Apple manager commented, "What US plant can find 3,000 people overnight and convince them to live in dorms?" Manufacturing plants like those of Foxconn would become infamous for dire working conditions, low wages, worker suicides, and workplace protests and riots. Although computers have improved the lives of millions, they have also led to massive private profits for a small group of people and, as many have argued, the economic exploitation of those who make them.